Hello. We're going to look at the C-sharp loop. The C-sharp loop is also identical to the loop used in C++, Java, C, JavaScript, and a number of other languages. Here's a template for what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working in this yellow area of a system console. However, we do not necessarily have to use a console. We could use a GUI application, but the console is the easiest to learn in. Here is a common pattern. The things in yellow comprise our pattern. We have a label called goose. I just used the word goose. Colon at the end here makes it a label. If I have some test condition, in this case the integer I is set to 0, and I ask if I is greater than or equal to 10, go to moose. And what is moose? If I look down here, moose is a label that means we're done. There's my comment, we are done. If this is false, the code will simply step down to console.writeLine count is 0. I++ is a shorthand notation to add 1 to I. And it goes to the next step, go to goose. Goose comes back up here, checks to see if I is greater than or equal to 10. If that's the case, we then leave the loop. But if it's not the case, we go to the next line, console.writeLine count is, add 1 to I, automatically go back up to goose. Goose will then repeat asking the question, should we stay in the loop or leave the loop? On this side, you see count will go from 0 to 9, and then we'll print out done. Where is done? Right here, if I go back one slide. We're working in this yellow section. Now, this is what captures the pattern. The word while, open parenthesis, a Boolean test, close parenthesis, open brace, close brace. What you see in the yellow is the pattern we pulled out. When I write while, parenthesis, Boolean test, this type of code is inserted basically by the compiler. It says, remember this location. If the Boolean test is false, this exclamation point means false, go to moose. We're done with the loop. Otherwise, just keep going down, 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 down. And when you get to this end brace, go to goose. Goose brings us back up to the while loop. Check the test. If the test is true, I stay in the loop. If the test is false, I leave the loop and end up down here. Rewriting our code using this construct, integer I equals 0. I want to loop 10 times using I as my counter. If I is less than 10, stay in the loop. Console.writeLine count is, add 1 to I. This is again the shortcut. It simply means the new I is equal to the old I plus 1. Add 1 to I. Go back up here, and this loop spins around and around until I is equal to or greater than 10. We leave this loop, and you can see this is our output. Here is the completed, a completed program with a little added flavor to say, we'll go through 35 numbers, but only show me numbers that are even. So we start off at I is 0. 0 is less than 35. We ask the question, I divided by 2. If there is no remainder, it must be an even number. Then we print out that number, I, add 1, and we go back up. Notice the syntax here. The if statement has a brace, a beginning brace, and an ending brace. So this is the if statement, and after the if statement, we always execute I++. And when this loop is done, we break out and we go to writeLine done. And if you look here, you can see the output is only even numbers. Thank you.